most of the aspirants, when they begin, one very fundamental question comes: how to read newspaper? That is very interesting thing there. What would you like to guide the future aspirants? This question, how to read newspaper?
Sir, reading newspaper is an art, and generally the newspaper which an aspirant reads for preparing the Hindu or Indian Express, these are not the easy paper to read. The Times of India or HT, they are very friendly kind of paper, few news and a lot of this thing. But Hindu and Indian Express is very rigorous in the way they cover the news articles and the way which is required for a UPSC aspirant.
Views and analysis on
analysis, yeah. So one should, when one begins the newspaper reading, initially they may find it very boring and distracting or high analysis going on. But with patience reading and real understanding of the issue, news is always about a partial view on any particular issue. If aspirant should try to understand the core issue which is there, and once he feels that of any issue he has covered both pros and cons and overall analysis, then he can choose to ignore that article, so that he has to weed out also what not is needed now. I am done with this piece of information and analysis, I can handle it on my own. Because ultimately a news can go on for a very long time, and
most of the time students do this mistake. They keep reading newspaper hours.
That is actually, that's what I'm saying. With thorough understanding of the subject and topic, student knows what not to read, what is not important.
Newspaper has a lot of things. If we can reading, it can be 4 hours, 5 hours. It cannot be completed.
So we should focus on that thing that you don't know of. You add it.
Ideally, according to you, how much time should be spent on the newspaper reading every day?
Sir, for me, not more than 1.5 hours, but minimum 1 hour. 1 to 1.5 hours is sufficient.
Ideal condition is around 1 hour. That should be all right to utilize it.
In beginning, you may take long, but as you hone the skill and perfect the art of it, in 1 hour you'll be able to gather which is important for exam purpose. News is important for different perspective. Different news may be there. Maybe some very core political news or sports news may not be that fruitful for this thing. But news coverage on
what not to read is a very important skill.
Is
that's
important,
not
yes.
Otherwise, a same newspaper is for everybody.
Exactly.
But what I
it
just
caters to different different profile. But what UPSC aspirants need is he should be aware of what it is needed.
One basic question is about how many hours one student should read. You might have also faced this question, and you will understand. According to what is the ideal number of hours one should spend on?
What I'll suggest is, it's not hours that is important, but consistency that is important.
Yes, you're correct.
Even if you are devoting 3 to 4 hours, I know people, my friends who have not studied more than 4 hours, and they are in IAS and other IPS other services. But what is needed is consistency. Plus, I would like to say that one should write tests, so that 3 hours is there. And so apart from that, ideally 4 to 5 hours, even if you study for 4 to 5 hours.
Consistently, in average, you can say 6 hours.
6 hours, but it should be consistent. It should be regular. You should be regular.
Many times, sometimes it appears in the newspapers and others. Somebody prepared 15, 16 hours. So these are very misleading.
People can do that. I'll not say that people can't do that, but
it can happen for maybe a few days and months.
Yeah,
but it cannot
consistently. If you read 5-6 hours, apart from you are doing some coaching classes or tests. Apart from that, I think 5 to 6 hours is more than sufficient.
Since it is a long drawn process,
exactly.
Consistency is very important.
Consistency is regular studies, consistently distributing your time in a routine, disciplined manner. That is more important than number of hours.